you ever feel like your efforts are too small to make a real difference? In a world that often celebrates grand gestures and monumental achievements, it's easy for our quiet, everyday actions to feel insignificant, almost invisible. We strive, we try, yet the impact seems elusive, like a whisper lost in a storm. This feeling, this doubt, is a common human experience. What if the true power to shape our world and ourselves lies not in the colossal but in the cumulative force of the seemingly small? Imagine that each tiny act of kindness, each moment of discipline, each considered word holds a potency far beyond its immediate appearance. This is not a new idea, but a timeless piece of wisdom. Centuries ago, the sage Confucius explored this very concept. He observed that the foundations of a virtuous life and a harmonious society are built not upon singular heroic deeds, but upon the steady accumulation of small, righteous actions. His teachings offer a profound lens through which we can reevaluate our own impact. Confucius wasn't just a philosopher of grand theories. He was deeply concerned with the practicalities of everyday conduct. He understood that true strength and lasting influence begin with the choices we make in the quiet moments, when no one is watching. These are the moments that truly define us and our potential. The core message we will explore is this: your smallest, consistent, and well-intentioned actions are the seeds of profound and widespread influence. They ripple outwards, shaping not only your own character, but the world around you in ways you might never fully comprehend. This is the essence of multiplying your impact. Think of a single drop of water. Alone, it may seem insignificant, but when many drops gather, they form a puddle, then a stream, then a mighty river carving its path through stone. Confucius saw human actions in a similar light, each one a droplet, contributing to a larger, powerful current. The man who moves a mountain, Confucius is believed to have said, begins by carrying away small stones. This simple analogy beautifully encapsulates the power of incremental effort. The grandest achievements are not born of sudden magic, but of persistent, humble steps. Consider the craftsman of Confucius's time, honing his skill through countless hours of practice. Each tap of the chisel, each stroke of the brush, was a small act. Yet cumulatively, these acts led to mastery and creations that could inspire for generations. The dedication to the small was paramount. This wisdom isn't about diminishing the value of large goals. Instead, it's about understanding the method. It's about recognizing that the path to any significant outcome is paved with small, deliberate actions, repeated with intention and care. Each step, no matter how minor, propels you forward. So, why did Confucius place such emphasis on these seemingly minor deeds? Because he understood that character is not forged in a single moment of crisis, but is cultivated daily, through the consistent choice to act with integrity, kindness, and diligence, even in the smallest of matters. The first aspect of these impactful small acts is their often unseen nature. A quiet word of encouragement, a moment of patience in a frustrating situation, choosing honesty when a small lie would be easier. These acts rarely make headlines, yet they are profoundly formative. Confucius taught that true virtue isn't performative, it's intrinsic. It's what you do when no one is there to applaud or even to notice. These private victories over our own impulses, these small commitments to doing good, are the building blocks of a strong moral foundation. Imagine a scholar diligently studying ancient texts, not for fame but for understanding. Each character deciphered, each passage contemplated, is a small act of dedication. This quiet pursuit expands their wisdom, which can then indirectly benefit many. The intention matters. The second key is consistency. A single act of kindness is good, but a consistent pattern of kindness transforms it into a characteristic. It's the regularity of these small positive actions that weaves them into the fabric of your being and starts to radiate outwards. Confucius emphasized rituals and propriety, not just as empty forms, but as ways to practice and internalize virtuous conduct regularly. Daily routines performed with mindfulness become opportunities to reinforce positive habits and, by extension, positive impact. Think about learning a musical instrument. One day of practice yields little, but small, consistent sessions, day after day, build skill, muscle memory, and eventually, the ability to create beautiful music. The same principle applies to cultivating any virtue or achieving any goal. This consistency in small acts creates a momentum. It's like a flywheel, initially hard to get moving, but with each small, persistent push, it gains speed and power, eventually becoming much easier to maintain and generating significant energy. The third element is intention, benevolence, humaneness. According to Confucius, the inner state from which an action springs is as important as the action itself. An act performed with genuine care and sincerity carries a different weight, a different energy. When your small acts are rooted in a desire for the well-being of others, or in a commitment to your own ethical growth, they become imbued with a quiet power. This authenticity is palpable, even if unspoken. It's what makes a small gesture truly resonate. So how do these small, intentional, consistent acts begin to multiply your impact? First, they transform you. Each time you choose a constructive small action over an easy or negative one, you reinforce a positive neural pathway. You are, quite literally, sculpting your character. Confucius taught that self-cultivation is the root of all else. To put the world in order, we must first put the nation in order. To put the nation in order, we must first put the family in order. To put the family in order, we must first cultivate our personal life. Every small act of discipline, like resisting a trivial indulgence or committing to a difficult task, strengthens your willpower. This inner strength, built incrementally, then becomes available for larger challenges you may face. You become more resilient, more capable. Each small act of honesty builds your integrity. When you consistently choose truth in small matters, it becomes your nature. This integrity earns trust, not just from others but from yourself. You learn to rely on your own moral compass. Every small act of learning, like reading a challenging passage or asking a thoughtful question, expands your understanding. This cumulative knowledge doesn't just make you smarter, it makes you wiser, better equipped to navigate the complexities of life. Through these consistent, small efforts at self-improvement, you become a more centered, virtuous, and capable individual. This internal transformation is the first and most crucial multiplication of your impact. You become a better version of yourself. Now let's consider how this cultivated self begins to impact the world externally. Confucius believed that a virtuous person naturally influences those around them, not through force, but by example. The moral character of the ruler is the wind. The moral character of those beneath him is the grass. When the wind blows, the grass bends. Your small acts of kindness, patience, or integrity, when witnessed by others, can inspire them to act similarly. It's a subtle contagion of positivity. You might not even realize the effect you're having, but your consistency sets a standard. Think of a teacher who consistently shows dedication and care for each student. Their small, daily efforts, preparing lessons, offering encouragement, listening patiently, not only educate but also model dedication. This can shape a student's entire approach to learning and life. Within a family, small acts of respect, affection, and responsibility create an atmosphere of harmony and trust. A parent consistently reading to a child, a sibling offering help with a task. These build bonds and teach values far more effectively than grand pronouncements. In a workplace or community, someone who consistently does their share, speaks respectfully, and offers constructive input raises the collective standard. Their reliability and positive attitude, expressed in small daily interactions, can transform the group dynamic. This is the ripple effect. Your single, well-intentioned act, like a pebble dropped in a still pond, creates ripples that spread outwards, touching others in ways you may not foresee. The initial act is small, but its consequences can expand significantly. The person you showed a small kindness to might then be inspired to show kindness to someone else. The patience you exhibited might prevent an argument, leading to a more peaceful interaction for all involved. The chain reaction begins. Confucius emphasized the importance of right relationships. When individuals consistently fulfill their roles and responsibilities with virtue, even in small ways, the entire web of society becomes stronger and more harmonious. Each thread matters. Your small, positive actions contribute to an atmosphere of trust, an atmosphere of cooperation, an atmosphere of respect. This environment, in turn, makes it easier for others to act positively, further multiplying the good. Conversely, Confucius also warned about the impact of negative small acts. A small lie can erode trust. A moment of impatience can spark conflict. These two have ripple effects, but they lead towards disharmony. The choice, as always, is ours in each small moment. The multiplication of impact isn't just about direct, linear consequences. It's also about creating a culture. When enough individuals in a community commit to positive small acts, it shapes the norms, the expectations, the very character of that community. Consider the impact of a single, well-tended garden in a neighborhood. Its beauty might inspire a neighbor to plant flowers, then another. Soon, the whole street is more vibrant, more pleasant. The initial small effort has multiplied its aesthetic and emotional impact. This is not about seeking recognition for your actions. The most profound impact often comes from acts done with humility and sincerity, without any expectation of reward. The multiplication happens naturally, as an outflow of genuine virtue. Confucius taught, "Do not be concerned that you are not recognized. Be concerned that you are not worthy of recognition." Focus on cultivating your inner self through small acts, and the external impact will follow as a natural consequence. The accumulation of these ripples, stemming from countless small, positive acts by many individuals, is what Confucius believed could lead to a truly good and well-ordered society. It begins with one person, one act, one moment of choosing well. Now let's delve deeper into the principle of accumulation. Greatness, Confucius might say, is a pile of smalls. Just as a single grain of sand is insignificant, but together grains form a beach, so too do small acts combine to create significant outcomes. Imagine building a magnificent cathedral. It's not constructed in a day. It's built stone by stone, each one carefully placed. Each stone is a small act in the grand scheme, yet essential for the final, awe-inspiring structure. This principle applies to personal development. Learning a language, mastering a skill, cultivating patience, all are the result of small, consistent efforts accumulating over time. There are no shortcuts to genuine, lasting growth. Financial savings work this way too. Small, regular deposits, seemingly insignificant on their own, can compound over time into a substantial sum. Small acts of financial discipline multiply their value through the power of consistency and time. The power of accumulation means that you don't need to feel overwhelmed by the magnitude of a goal or the desire to make a big impact. You simply need to focus on the next small, right action, and then the next, and the one after that. Confucius emphasized perseverance. It does not matter how slowly you go as long as you do not stop. This speaks directly to the power of accumulation through consistent small efforts. The key is not speed, but unwavering continuation. Each small act you perform lays a foundation for future acts. It's like building a staircase. Each step allows you to reach higher. Without the lower steps, the higher ones are inaccessible. Every small effort is integral to the journey upwards. This accumulation is not merely additive. It can be exponential. As your skills grow through small practices, you become more efficient. As your reputation for integrity builds through small, honest acts, opportunities may come to you more readily. Think of a community project, perhaps cleaning a local park. One person starts by picking up a single piece of litter, then another joins, then more. The accumulated effort transforms the park, and the shared positive experience strengthens community bonds. The impact multiplies. The beauty of this principle is its accessibility. Everyone, regardless of their station or resources, can perform small acts. Everyone can contribute to this process of accumulation and multiplication. Power is not confined to the few. So if you ever feel your individual efforts are too small to count, remember the wisdom of Confucius. Remember the power of accumulation. Your consistent, positive actions are never wasted. They are always building something within you and around you. This brings us to a practical question. How can we consciously cultivate this habit of impactful small acts in our daily lives? How do we translate this ancient wisdom into a modern practice? The first step is mindfulness. Start by noticing the small opportunities for positive action that arise throughout your day. A chance to listen fully, to offer a genuine compliment, to tidy a shared space, to choose patience over frustration. These moments are everywhere. Confucius advocated for self-reflection. At the end of each day, you might consider, where did I act in accordance with my values today, even in small ways? Where could I have chosen a more constructive small action? This isn't about guilt, but about learning and refinement. Choose one small area where you'd like to improve or contribute. Perhaps it's being more present in conversations, or tidier, or more punctual. Focus on making small, consistent efforts in just that one area. Don't try to change everything at once. Practice the art of the tiny habit. Break down desired actions into the smallest possible steps. If you want to read more, start with 1 page a day. If you want to be kinder, start with one conscious kind word or gesture. Small wins build momentum. Embrace imperfection in your efforts. You won't always get it right. Some days your small acts will feel easier than others. The key, as Confucius taught, is to not stop. Pick yourself up from a misstep and return to your intention with the next small opportunity. Find joy in the process itself, not just the anticipated outcome. There's a quiet satisfaction in knowing you are aligning your actions with your values, moment by moment. This intrinsic reward fuels further consistency. Remember the importance of intention. Before a small act, briefly connect with your positive purpose. Why are you choosing this? Is it for kindness, for order, for self-discipline, for learning? This clarifies and strengthens the act. Don't underestimate the power of your presence. Sometimes the most impactful, small act is simply being fully present and attentive with another person, offering them the gift of your undivided attention. This act of listening can be profoundly healing and connecting. Consider your words. Confucius taught the importance of rectification of names, making sure words align with reality. In daily life, this means speaking truthfully, thoughtfully, and constructively. A well-chosen word can build up, a careless one can tear down. Small acts of gratitude can also multiply. Expressing thanks genuinely for big or small things fosters positive relationships and a more optimistic outlook in both giver and receiver. It shifts the atmosphere around you. Look for opportunities to create order and beauty in small ways. Tidying your workspace, arranging flowers, mending something broken. These acts contribute to a sense of calm and respect for your environment, which can subtly uplift your spirit and that of others. Practice small acts of self-discipline. Waking up a little earlier to reflect, choosing a healthy food option, finishing a small task you've been avoiding. These victories over inertia build self-respect and free up energy for more significant endeavors. The goal is not to become a saint overnight, but to gently steer your daily conduct towards greater virtue and positive impact, one small choice at a time. It's a lifelong practice of refinement, as Confucius himself advocated. When you consistently practice these small acts, you begin to embody the change you wish to see. You become a living example of the principles you value, and this authenticity is far more persuasive than any lecture. This approach shifts the focus from grand, often paralyzing, ambitions to manageable daily actions. It democratizes impact. You don't need a platform or power in the conventional sense to start making a positive difference right now. Imagine if each person focused on these small, positive contributions. The cumulative effect would be transformative for our communities and the world. Confucius's vision of a harmonious society starts with the individual's commitment to everyday virtue. This isn't to say that large-scale efforts aren't important, but even those grand endeavors are composed of myriad small tasks, decisions, and contributions. The foundation is always built from the small. So the feeling of being too small to matter is an illusion. It's a misunderstanding of how true, lasting impact is actually generated. Your small acts have a weight and a reach that extends far beyond your immediate perception. To embrace this philosophy is to find empowerment in the everyday. It's to realize that every moment holds potential for positive contribution, for self-cultivation, and for rippling good into the world. This is a profound source of meaning. Let's synthesize this. Confucius teaches that our character is the sum of our small, habitual actions. By focusing on virtue in the mundane, we build a strong inner core. This inner strength and integrity then naturally radiate outwards. These outward radiations, our example, our kindness, our reliability, create ripples, influencing others and shaping the environment around us. Small acts, repeated and rooted in good intention, begin to multiply their effect, fostering a more positive atmosphere. This multiplication isn't magic. It's the natural law of accumulation and influence. Just as tiny seeds grow into great trees and small streams merge into mighty rivers, our consistent small efforts build towards significant, lasting impact. The key is to shift your perspective, from seeking grand, immediate results to valuing the steady, humble process of daily, small, positive actions. This is where true power and enduring influence reside. So the next time you perform a small act of kindness, or choose discipline over ease, or speak a thoughtful word, know that you are not just performing an isolated action. You are planting a seed. You are contributing to a larger current. You are, in that moment, practicing the wisdom of Confucius. You are participating in the profound, quiet work of building a better self and, by extension, a better world. There is immense dignity and power in this. Let this understanding free you from the pressure of needing to do something big to make a difference. Your everyday life is rich with opportunities for meaningful impact through the accumulation of small. Embrace the journey of incremental progress. Celebrate the small victories. Trust in the profound, multiplying power of your consistent, well-intentioned efforts. This is a path to not only greater impact, but also deeper personal fulfillment. The wisdom of Confucius reminds us that the macrocosm reflects the microcosm. The state of the world is, in essence, a reflection of the collective state of individual hearts and minds, shaped by countless small actions. Therefore, the most potent way to influence the larger world is to diligently attend to the quality of your own small, daily contributions. This is where your true agency lies. This is how your impact multiplies, quietly, consistently, powerfully. Do not underestimate the power held within your daily choices, no matter how minor they may seem. Each one is a brushstroke on the canvas of your life, and indirectly on the canvas of the world. May you go forth with a renewed appreciation for the profound potential embedded in your small acts. May you find strength in consistency, purpose in intention, and see the quiet unfolding of your multiplied impact. The world is changed not only by a few great people doing great things, but by many people doing small things with great love and consistent virtue. This enduring wisdom from Confucius offers us a practical and empowering path. What one small act, performed with intention and consistency, will you choose to begin with today? The power to multiply your impact is already within you, waiting to be expressed.